morning, wonderful people. I'm Abby.
And I'm Shay.
Today we celebrate one of the many Hispanic icons who's made an impact in society, Sylvia Rivera. Sylvia Rivera was one of the country's first transgender activists who worked tirelessly for justice and civil rights.
As drag queens fought back against a police raid at a gay bar on June 28, 1969, Rivera shouted out, "I'm not missing a moment of this. This is the revolution."
Sylvia Rivera was born in 1951 in New York to a Puerto Rican father and a Venezuelan mother. At 10 years old, she lived out on the streets of Times Square. Living on the streets were difficult times for her, but she learned to have empathy for others in the same situation.
Sylvia was drawn to helping the poor, the homeless, people of color, gender, nonconformists, and she used her outsider status to help make a change.
And now, let's give it up for Jory and Liam with their report on the snails.
Excuse me, I don't mean to interrupt your privacy, but do you know this gentleman? How do you know him?
What is his name?
Say his name.
Tell us how you two met.
Can snails swim? Mr. Richmond, what exactly do you plan to do with these snails? Are you trying to make them immune to water?
I don't know what you're talking about.
These snails spoke to us. They bear witness to seeing you with the last buddy, Gary.
I have no comment. I don't know. There's nothing to do with anything.
Then what do you have to say about this?
That's nothing. That's nothing at all.
We have evidence that you were with Gary. They're cousins.
I'm being framed. I'm innocent. I swear.
Is he innocent? No!
I don't have to talk to you about this.
This case is dismissed. Hey, Snail, what do you all think? Until next time on Snail Jam. Back to you, Abby and Shay.
Whoa, that sure left us with a slimy cliffhanger.
Have you ever heard about the snail that once got on a ship?
No.
Well, I heard he was a snailer.
Oh boy.
Next up, we have some special guests telling us what advice they'd give to high schoolers at our school.
Okay, are we starting? Hey, recording live from Planet
Hey
Basic.
guys, what's up? It's Kylie Burke. Everyone knows me, so because I'm really famous. Burke. Just kidding. We're not married. Nope. What is some advice that you would give to people at Waldorf High School right now, in this moment? In this moment, I think my advice would be to just, try new things, put yourself out there, but make sure you don't, stress yourself out. Just do what you want to do. Yeah, just do whatever the heck you want, honestly. And off of that, my advice would be to not work, which is what Mr. Sharp told us, my sophomore year. That's crazy. And I didn't listen to him, but I'm telling you to listen to him. And don't have a job because you'll have the rest of your life to work. Also, biggest piece of advice is to literally leave the moment you graduate. Get out. Just get out of there. Just do it. Even if it's for a little bit of time. Or the rest of your life. Go experience stuff outside of our town of 2000. Because the times we're having now. The pranks. The laughs. We have lots of laughs here. Lots. Tons of them.
So my advice, put simply, is to just go for it. You only live once. And honestly, if you make a fool out of yourself, who actually cares? There are so many things that I did in high school that are stupid, but honestly, they're so meaningless. Because later in life, this is coming from someone who's graduated a couple years ago, but no one really cares. What people do care about is seeing how hardworking you are, and seeing you persevere, and seeing your resilience.
I'd probably say the most important piece of advice I could give, more specifically if you're going into a STEM field, but just in general, take chemistry. It helps tremendously if you are planning to pursue a STEM degree. Having a firm grasp of high school chemistry before entering college helped me tremendously in both biology and chemistry. I still fully do not understand what's happening, but it gave me this foundation for me to build off of, and I completely recommend you take chemistry. Shout out to Mr. Richmond.
And my advice to current students is to say yes to as many opportunities as you can, because you really never know what you'll end up really having a passion for. And I discovered a lot of the things I really like and that I'm trying to stay involved with now because, a teacher randomly asked me hey, do you want to do this thing? And I was like, yeah, sure, I got nothing else to do.
A piece of advice. Life is full of change. My advice for you would be to take some time every now and then to reflect on where you've been, think about where you're going, and most importantly, appreciate where you're at in life right now.
I would like to say, make sure you get involved in stuff, even if you've never tried it before and it looks mildly interesting to you, just go for it. If you don't like it, you can stop. And better have that experience than not, and who knows, you might end up with a new hobby. And make sure you start planning out your future. You don't need to know everything you want to do even when you graduate. Make sure you have a plan so that when you graduate, you know what you want to do.
What is your favorite memory from Walport High School? I think my favorite memory is winning the Fight for the Fish game my sophomore year.
Yeah.
We made literal history.
Dude,
that was crazy.
I was there too.
It's yeah, you were, yeah.
I was there. My favorite memory, probably all of them, except for some of them. But the most memorable one has got to be probably senior year homecoming, because it was really fun. Shout out to everyone who was involved.
My favorite memory at Walport High School has to be getting to play football with my younger brother, Levi Schrock, and more specifically, getting to celebrate with and headbutt him in Walport's very own end zone after scoring a touchdown.
And my favorite memory from high school was just the entirety of leadership. I absolutely love Miss Brown. She's the best person ever. And it was just so much fun to have a say on what goes on at the school and help plan events. Everything about it was such a good experience.
I have to say 100% the senior year track meet. We went up to Union and we had a lot of fun, and it was great, participating with those athletes.
One of my favorite memories in Walport High School was winning the talent show my sophomore year doing stand-up comedy.
Probably my favorite memory from high school was sophomore year during the track season. On our way to a track meet in Staten, our bus broke down on the middle of the highway next to a forest with no cell service. So Wabitic was desperately trying to flag down a car so they could go and call our school so they could get us a new bus. We were out in the woods exploring and building a fort. We built a massive fort. You could actually go inside of it, and it could be probably classified as shelter. And we created a little society in this 90-minute period where we had no contact with the outside world. We honestly went full Lord of the Flies. It was kind of funny.
Anyways, thanks for having us on the show.
Yes, thank you. We'll be back anytime because...
Anytime.
But we are in school.
Yeah.
Do your schoolwork.
That's another piece of advice. Be successful. Like us.
Yeah. It's not that hard.
No, it's really not.
You see this Rubik's Cube? Done.
I hope you guys have a great week. I'll hand it back to the Walport Weekly crew. Alright, bye-bye.
That was some great advice. Big thanks to all the WHS alumni that participated in our broadcast. We miss you all so much. Stay tuned for the next broadcast coming up in a week or two, and may every one of you have a beautiful day.
Mwah.